Hey guys, Harrison Graham here, back with another edition of the Chiefs Report. Before we jump into today's episode, you can get this Chiefs face covering for just $14.99. And guys, we've been back ordered on these. This one will ship within 2 business days. Got to order now though at chatsports.com/ChiefsMask1. Continue to stay safe, and I'll put that link in the comments and in the description. With that being said, let's jump on in. Could the Chiefs trade Damien Williams? It's possible, and you know, I've hit on this a couple of times, and Fanside is the latest to bring up this idea, specifically with the trade to the Steelers. We'll talk about that possibility here in just a sec, but the main reason why this is possible is, A, he's got some trade value out of all the running backs in the Chiefs' depth chart outside of Clyde Edwards-Helaire, who's not going to get traded because they just drafted him. And B, someone has to go. Like, the Chiefs aren't going to carry 5 running backs and a fullback. It's just not going to happen. I love Damien Williams. You know, the regular season numbers, last year and even in 2018, they're fairly ordinary, but he just finds a different gear in the playoffs for whatever reason. In his 5 playoff games with the Chiefs, he's been fantastic. 11 touchdowns in total, well over 500 total yards. So he's getting you over 100 yards per game and like 2 touchdowns per game in the playoffs. That's how good he's been in the postseason for Kansas City. But again, what it comes down to is this. Do you want to get something out of one of your running backs in return, or do you simply want to cut one? Because that's your options. Like, you could just cut Darrell Williams, I suppose, because you're not going to get anything for him in a trade more than maybe like a 6th or a 7th. Maybe you can get something for Damien Williams. I'm not saying they should do it. I think it's something to consider, though. Should Kansas City trade Damien Williams? Type Y for yes, type N for no. Let me know what you guys think down in the comment section. Again, you look at the depth chart. I still think D. Will is your starter this year. Clyde Edwards-Helaire, DeAndre Washington's in the mix now. I suppose you could just cut him. Darwin Thompson, I don't think you're going to move on after 1 year. Darrell Williams. If you don't trade anyone, I think cutting Darrell Williams becomes the likely outcome. But if you want to get something in return, trading Damien Williams makes some sense. And to circle back to Fansided's idea of sending him to Pittsburgh, this could be an option as well, because James Conner coming off a year where he's banged up. He's been injured a lot. Jalen Samuels was not good last year. Benny Snell, a first-year player a year ago. We'll see what he does in year 2. They drafted Anthony McFarland, but they don't have, a ton of depth there, a ton of quality backs, whereas the Chiefs, while they don't have a true superstar running back, they got 4 or 5 guys that can rotate in an NFL offense. So this is Fanside's trade idea, 5th-round pick for Damien Williams. And by the way, with the weird side note here, if Williams were to have a Pro Bowl season with the Steelers, it becomes a 4th-round pick. Yeah, I love D. Will, but splitting carries with James Conner and he's going to be a Pro Bowler in Pittsburgh, okay, I'll hold my breath on that one. But a 5th-round pick feels about right. Is it worth doing? Maybe. I think it just kind of depends on how confident the Chiefs are in Clyde Edwards-Helaire as a rookie. All right, guys, I want you to subscribe to the Chiefs Report. I haven't been getting as many subs recently. I'm not going to lie, getting pressure from the higher-ups here at Chat Sports. So help me out. More subscribers equals more videos for you guys. I got asked the other day, hey, why haven't you been plugging out more videos? Just haven't been getting as many subscribers. So it comes down to you guys. You continue to subscribe, we'll keep putting videos out for you guys. So go ahead and hit that big red subscribe button. Next story here is around Eric Berry. Is he Ring of Honor worthy? Saw a couple of articles about this. I think he is. Now, I think this guy had Hall of Fame talent and was on a Hall of Fame trajectory, but too many injuries came into play for Eric Berry. His career is likely over. I know there's stories out there, oh, the Chiefs should bring him back. Look, I have the same rule I always have. I'm always down to work someone out and see what they still got. That applies to Eric Berry as well. I just don't think it's super realistic. His career stats are impressive because he only was healthy for like 5 seasons. I think he had 5 seasons where he played 14 or more games, and he still had 14 interceptions, almost 500 tackles, 29 tackles for loss, 51 pass breakups. If this guy had a decade worth of healthy seasons, he probably would have been a Hall of Famer. I think he's done enough in his NFL career to get into the Chiefs Ring of Honor at the very least. Like, he was a critical piece to this team, not just the defense, not just on the field. He was a vocal leader and a glue piece on this Chiefs team and franchise. I'm absolutely typing my one for yes. I think Eric Berry absolutely belongs in the Chiefs Ring of Honor. He's got the accolades. Think about this. I just told you he only had like 5 healthy seasons. In 3 of those, he was first-team All-Pro. That's what a Hall of Famer looks like. Now, I don't think he's getting into the Hall of Fame, but he's got the 3-time first-team All-Pro. He's got 5 Pro Bowls. He was the 2015 Comeback Player of the Year, which was a great story after missing the entire year before, after the injury in Week 1. He was on the NFL put him on their All-Decades team in 2010, despite missing several seasons to injury or parts of seasons. Like, Eric Berry is a top-flight talent. He was a great leader as well. Like, he embodies what being a Kansas City Chief is all about. It's just disappointing that he could not stay healthy for long enough to have that Hall of Fame career, to be a part of this team when they won the Super Bowl this past season. That obviously hurts as well, but I definitely think he belongs in the Chiefs Ring of Honor. All right, Chiefs Kingdom, you guys know the drill. Mailbag coming soon, so use hashtag Chiefs to ask me a question. For you new viewers, what you do, type hashtag Chiefs, type any question afterwards, and I will answer as many of them as I can on an upcoming video. By the way, if you want to ask me questions on Twitter, at HGramNFL, I will prioritize your Twitter questions. So guaranteed to be on the show, ask me a question on Twitter. Could Patrick Mahomes still have areas to improve? Well, the answer is always yes. You should never be done improving as a player, as a cashier, whatever your line of work is, as a YouTube video host. Like, I should always continue to improve, right? That applies to Patrick Mahomes too, even though he's the best quarterback in the NFL. And Kurt Warner pointed out, look, like, he could work on his footwork. Here's what he had to say. If he can clean up his footwork and become more efficient from throw to throw, not just the big throws, but on the normal everyday throws that you're asked to make, I think Patrick Mahomes can get better than he's ever been over these first few years, and we all know he's been incredible. And the great thing about Mahomes, he acknowledged this earlier this offseason in a Instagram Live with Troy Polamalu, former NFL player, saying, look, I've always worked on footwork. Footwork, to me, is the most important thing. You can have every different type of throwing motion. You can have every type of arm strength. And so I continue to work on my footwork. And he even said, look, this offseason, having been able to meet up in person with a lot of teammates, I've even worked on it more. So Patrick Mahomes recognizes he is not a finished product, which is a great sight. I think players in all sorts of sports, they have some success early on and then they get complacent. That's not the case here. This guy's chasing greatness. He wants to win 5, 6, 7 Super Bowl rings. He wants to be the best that's ever played the position in the National Football League, and he's going to do everything he can to reach that point. Want to remind you guys of our deal of the day and get this Chiefs face covering for just $14.99. Look, it's not comfortable, the most comfortable thing. None of us like wearing this, but hey, you got to do your part in society. And if you want to go to a game next year at Arrowhead or this upcoming season, if you're allowed to, you're probably going to have to wear one of these. That's just the reality of the situation. So go to this link, chatsports.com/ChiefsMask1. And hey, we're not backordered anymore on these solo face coverings. It'll ship within 2 business days. And the reason Patrick Mahomes, it's scary that he can continue to improve is because the numbers he's put up already are ridiculous. But I do like the point Kurt Warner makes, because he also talked about, like, look, guys like Mahomes, guys like Aaron Rodgers, they rely on their arm talent probably a little bit too much, especially early on in their career. There will become a point later on in his career where the arm isn't quite what it is. So you need to have those mechanical things, already good to go at that point. Now, Mahomes has already improved mechanically a lot from year 1 to year 2 as a starter, but if he continues to fine-tune those things and continue to get better and better, the rest of the NFL better watch out, because look at what the guy has done already. His resume is that of a Hall of Famer on those bullet points. Guys, he started for 2 seasons. Like, this guy, the best is yet to come, I am telling you, when it comes to Patrick Mahomes. How many MVPs will Mahomes win? He's already got 1. How many of you guys think he's going to win? 3, 2, 4? Is it just going to be the 1? I think he's winning at least a couple more, right? 3? Can he get 4? Let me know what you guys think. How many MVPs for Patrick Mahomes? Bleacher Report released an article about the top pass rushing duos in the National Football League, and Chris Jones and Frank Clark cracked their top 7. We'll break down their list, the full list in just a 7. The Bleacher Report has them at number 5. pretty good, right? You know, both guys dealt with injuries last year, probably didn't put up the numbers they're necessarily accustomed to doing, especially back in 2018 when Chris Jones had a breakout year and Clark was fantastic for the Seahawks. But all in all, still 17 combined sacks last year. I expect that number to go up greatly in 2020. I think it'll be a much higher productive year if these guys can stay healthy. Another year in Steve Spagnuolo's 4-3 scheme. I think you could push for 25 sacks combined between these two guys if both guys are healthy for 16 games. I don't think that's unreasonable at all. I just hope the Chiefs are able to keep Chris Jones long-term like they've already committed to Frank Clark, because this could be one of the best duos in the NFL for the next several seasons. I'll set the over-under at 21.5 sacks combined for Chris Jones and Frank Clark. What do you guys think? O for over, U for under? Type your votes down below. If both guys are healthy for 16 games, I'm smashing the O for over. This was the full list from Bleacher Report. Number 1, they had TJ Watt and Cameron Hayward. 2, Joey Bosa and Melvin Ingram. Preston and Zardarius Smith up in Green Bay were their number 3 duo. Number 4 was Von Miller and Bradley Chubb. Frank Clark, Chris Jones, they come in at number 5. Khalil Mack, Robert Quinn, number 6. Jason Pierre-Paul and Shaq Barrett at number 7. Lots of good duos in the NFL, but if Clark and Jones are healthy and motivated, there's no reason why they can't be the best pass rushing duo in 2020.